Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.
TCM is quite well placed to address PCOS, and the reason is that we don't look for a particular cause, we don't look for a standard treatment, we look for patterns in individuals. This is very, very true, and I keep this with me all the time. Now, again, reiterating what we need to do as a collective is how we can help, but where we should place ourselves, because alone in our clinics, we're not going to change the world. And we can't just walk into a hospital or to a big clinic and start working there either, because there's a structure, whether you agree or not, there are rules as well. So where should we place ourselves to be of most use to these patients? I don't care about the hierarchy. I don't care about the hospital. I don't care about the clinic in a way. I care about the patient. Where should we place to be able to help them? And again, there's different ways of seeing this. Order and chaos look differently from different perspectives. Yes, look at your classics. Yes, look at your research as well. Work together with both so that you can talk to your colleagues with the classics, so that you can talk, I suppose, with your colleagues as well with research, but also with the people making these decisions of who gets to practice where, because you want to make sure that you reach as many people as possible. So here's an example, and this is one that really, really hit me hard, because this was while I was preparing for a big presentation it was actually on research, not specifically PCOS, but I found this paper and it got my attention because of photobiomodulation. So I was using laser acupuncture for women with PCOS, and it was a randomized controlled trial. So I was like, oh, I know these researchers because I know the lab, and I was like, this is really interesting. So look at the paper, and this is kind of to give you an idea of how to use the research. Look at the paper, you can see the points that they were using, you can see the machine that they were using. So it gives you like a recipe. The paper itself, it's a recipe for you to be able and get those ingredients and do the same thing in your clinic. That's how I see it, right? The thing where I stopped and where it really, really broke my heart was the fact that, and no disrespect to that profession, but that was conducted by a physiotherapist. And I think that it should be us doing this. I'm not in clinic as much as you are, so it probably should be you doing this. And no disrespect to the physiotherapist, but why wasn't that an acupuncturist doing that, right? And it made me go back and look at other really important papers on PCOS, like the Johansson paper from 2013, 2 therapists educated in Western medical acupuncture. Again, I would prefer this to be us. I looked at one from the Jadel et al. Paper from 2011, a physical therapist. Again, I have nothing against these professions. I just think that this should be us doing this, because we can offer the knowledge not only on performing that, but also on the rationale for the point selection as well. And this is where my work with EBA comes from. And, for those who are not familiar, this is the one paragraph, one sentence type thing. We actually have the Ancient Medicine, Modern Research, Evolutionary Thinking that came up because of our conference a couple of years ago. But the idea is to have this amount of evidence-based acupuncture that we have right now, this knowledge that we have, and using this language of science, being able to talk to the public, being able to talk to other clinicians, and again, importantly for our profession for the future, healthcare policymakers. So using a language that they are more familiar with.